Most men miss the moment because women rarely say what they feel directly. Instead of words, they give silent emotional signals most men never notice. And when those signals get ignored, the attraction slowly disappears forever. A woman will almost never say, "Come kiss me," out loud. She creates emotional tension and waits to see if you understand it naturally. That is why one small moment can completely change everything between two people. There is always a strange moment before attraction becomes physical and emotional. The room suddenly feels quieter and eye contact becomes slower and heavier. And in that exact moment, most men become nervous and destroy the tension. Many men hesitate because they fear making the wrong move emotionally. They cannot tell if she wants intimacy or if she wants more distance instead. And that confusion is exactly why so many opportunities disappear too soon. Women communicate attraction differently than men do in most situations. They use body language, silence, eye contact, and emotional behavior instead of words. If you understand these signals, you stop guessing and start noticing real attraction. The first sign appears when she stops creating distance around you naturally. A woman who feels uncomfortable always keeps emotional and physical space between you. But when attraction grows, her body slowly becomes more open and relaxed. She stands closer than necessary and keeps finding reasons to remain near you. Her knees point toward you, and her body language becomes softer over time. Most women do this subconsciously without even realizing they are doing it. This behavior is called emotional permission in attraction psychology and relationships. It means she feels emotionally safe and comfortable around your masculine energy. And emotional comfort is almost always the foundation of romantic attraction. Most men ruin this moment by becoming too aggressive or emotionally desperate. They panic internally and force the interaction before the tension naturally develops. That pressure instantly destroys the chemistry and makes the attraction disappear. The secret is simple because attraction grows through emotional tension, not pressure. Confident men allow moments to develop naturally without trying to control everything, and that calm emotional patience makes women feel even more attracted to them. Another powerful sign appears through the way her eye contact slowly changes. Friendly eye contact feels casual, but attraction-based eye contact feels emotionally intense. It becomes slower, deeper, and much harder for either person to ignore completely. Sometimes she quickly looks at your lips before looking back into your eyes again. That tiny moment reveals more attraction than most words ever possibly could emotionally, because the brain imagines physical intimacy before actions actually happen in real life. Women rarely hold deep emotional eye contact with men they feel nothing toward. That intense staring usually means she feels emotionally connected to the moment itself, and in many cases, she silently waits to see if you notice the tension. Unfortunately, most men become nervous and instantly break eye contact during this moment. Some men even start talking too much because silence makes them emotionally uncomfortable. But attraction often grows strongest inside silence instead of endless conversation and noise. When a woman keeps staring while the conversation slows down emotionally and naturally, that tension is intentional and filled with hidden emotional attraction beneath the surface. And she wants to know if you are confident enough to feel it too. Another strong sign appears when her voice suddenly becomes softer around you emotionally. Most people never notice this because the change happens slowly and subconsciously over time. But attraction changes the tone, pace, and emotional warmth inside a woman's voice. She starts speaking slower and sounding calmer and more emotionally relaxed than before. Her laughter becomes quieter and her responses feel softer and more intimate naturally. This behavior is called vocal mirroring in human psychology and emotional attraction studies. Humans naturally soften themselves around people they emotionally desire or feel connected toward. You may notice calmer breathing, longer pauses, and quieter emotional responses from her. These signals reveal growing emotional comfort happening in real time during the interaction. And emotional comfort almost always comes before deeper physical attraction and intimacy develop. That is why emotionally intelligent men notice small changes other men completely overlook. Because attraction usually reveals itself quietly before it becomes obvious to everyone else. Another major sign appears when she begins touching you in subtle ways repeatedly. She may touch your arm while laughing or fix your shirt during conversation casually. Sometimes she places her hand on your shoulder slightly longer than necessary too. These small touches matter deeply because touch removes emotional barriers between two people naturally. Women rarely create repeated physical contact with men they genuinely dislike or avoid emotionally, especially when the touch feels relaxed, comfortable, and emotionally connected at the same time. But many men react awkwardly and instantly destroy the emotional flow of the moment. They either become too excited or freeze emotionally because they lose internal confidence suddenly. And that nervous reaction breaks the chemistry she was slowly building with you naturally. The best response is emotional calmness and relaxed masculine confidence under emotional tension. Do not overreact emotionally, and do not treat the moment like a huge achievement. Women feel safest around men who remain emotionally grounded during intimate situations naturally. Another confusing sign appears when attraction suddenly makes her become unusually quiet emotionally. Most men think silence means boredom or disinterest, but sometimes it means the opposite. Strong attraction can make women emotionally overwhelmed and deeply focused on the moment instead. She may stop talking and simply stare while smiling softly at you emotionally. That silence usually means she is emotionally present and thinking about the tension deeply, and often she waits quietly to see what you will do next naturally. This is where most men accidentally destroy attraction without realizing what they are doing. They become uncomfortable with silence and immediately start talking to remove the tension entirely. But romantic chemistry grows strongest when emotional tension is allowed to breathe naturally. Confident men understand that silence can actually increase attraction between two people emotionally. They remain calm instead of trying to constantly entertain or impress the woman nervously. And that emotional control creates deeper chemistry than words usually ever can naturally. Another powerful attraction signal appears through subconscious emotional mirroring between both people, naturally. Humans naturally mirror the behavior of people they emotionally connect with and desire deeply. This happens automatically without either person consciously realizing it during the interaction itself. If you lean forward slowly, she may unconsciously lean forward towards you as well. If your energy becomes calmer and slower, her emotional rhythm often follows naturally too. That emotional synchronization is one of the strongest signs of real chemistry developing. This is why genuine chemistry feels effortless and emotionally natural between two connected people. Both individuals slowly enter the same emotional rhythm without forcing anything artificially or awkwardly. And when this mirroring becomes stronger, romantic attraction usually increases very quickly afterward. Another important sign appears when she keeps extending the moment instead of ending it. Women who are not interested usually leave quickly or emotionally disconnect from the interaction. But emotionally attracted women find excuses to stay close for much longer naturally. She delays leaving and keeps asking random questions that are not even necessary anymore. Sometimes she smiles for no reason because she simply enjoys the emotional energy deeply. That behavior reveals emotional investment and growing attraction toward you beneath the surface. However, hesitation destroys emotional momentum faster than most men realize during these situations. If a man waits too long, the attraction can slowly fade and disappear permanently. That is why confident emotional timing matters so much in romantic human attraction naturally. The strongest sign of all appears through one specific emotional moment women often create silently. She holds eye contact deeply and then slowly looks away while smiling softly afterward. That small moment contains emotional vulnerability, nervousness, and romantic tension all at once. Sometimes she bites her lips slightly or suddenly becomes emotionally shy around you afterward. Part of her wants intimacy while another part feels nervous about emotional vulnerability naturally. And that emotional conflict creates the powerful romantic tension people never truly forget later. Experienced men recognize this moment instantly because the emotional door quietly opens here. They understand attraction is not about manipulation or forcing physical intimacy aggressively onto women. Real attraction comes from emotional awareness, timing, confidence, and understanding hidden emotional signals. Women trust men who remain calm and emotionally aware during romantic emotional tension naturally, not men who desperately force moments because they fear losing opportunities with women emotionally. Confidence always feels calmer, slower, and more emotionally controlled than desperation ever does. Ironically, the less desperate you become emotionally, the more attractive you appear to women. Because emotional stability creates feelings of safety, confidence, and masculine emotional leadership naturally. And women respond strongly to men who remain emotionally grounded under romantic pressure situations. Women rarely reveal attraction directly because emotional tension feels more exciting and mysterious naturally. Instead, they create pauses, eye contact, silence, closeness, and emotional vulnerability around you. And if you learn to recognize those signals, you stop missing important romantic opportunities forever. Sometimes the difference between losing attraction and building emotional connection is one single moment. One moment where you understood the signals instead of hesitating and overthinking emotionally again. And one moment of confidence can completely change the direction of attraction forever afterward. Now I want to ask you something honestly before this video finally comes to an end. Have you ever realized a woman wanted you to kiss her but understood it too late? Comment your experience below because I genuinely want to hear your personal story too. And if you enjoyed this video and learned something valuable from today's psychological breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who misses attraction signals. Because the smallest emotional signs often reveal the deepest feelings hidden underneath everything.